Chris Welch, a teacher from Salem. Richard Gray, an assistant city manager from Dallas, Oregon. And our returning champion, Carol Austin, a letter carrier also from Portland. They'll be vying for more than $6,000 in cash and prizes, including a getaway to the Oregon coast, this giant TV with remote control, and an exciting trip to the Big Apple, New York City. They'll be playing the Northwest award-winning game show On the Spot. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the host of Channel 8's On the Spot. It is Larry Blackmore.
Thank you, Michael Bailey, and welcome, everyone, to On the Spot. Tonight, we welcome back our returning champion with over $2,600 in cash and prizes, and two challengers, and they all will be playing for more than $6,000 in cash and prizes tonight. We'll meet them a little later in the show. Right now, let's begin playing On the Spot. The way we do that is by revealing for the first time in the game the category board. 6 categories in the game, 3 questions in each category. Players, you'll need to study the category board because you'll only see it now and at 2 other times during the game. And you'll need to keep track of the number of questions used up in each category. Our categories tonight are the arts, cities, movies, news, sports, and villains. We start each player with 1,000 points. We give them 100 points for each correct answer, subtract 100 points for an incorrect answer, or if they call for a category that's been exhausted. Players, we remind you, during the game we use toss-up questions. Toss-up questions do not come from the categories you've just seen. We start the game with a toss-up question, hands on the buzzers. Which of the following is the national anthem of Great Britain? Is it Rule Britannia? Richard?
God Save the Queen.
That's it. God Save the Queen or King, depending who happens to be on the throne at the time. Richard, you have the first 100 points. Go ahead.
News, Larry.
Category is news. Question is, in what country were U.S. Marines recently accused of espionage by their superiors? Carol?
What is Moscow, Russia?
It is in Moscow. It's Russia, the country we're looking for. The embassy guards, the Marines there. And Carol, up to 1,100. Go ahead.
News.
What 2 countries have been squabbling over oil rights in the Aegean Sea? Richard?
Turkey and Greece.
That's right. Old enemies. Turkey and Greece. Another 100 points. Richard, go ahead.
News, Larry.
One more time. Which country will cede Macau to the Chinese in 1990? Carol?
What is,
Too much time. I'm sorry. For the other 2 players. Is it Great Britain, Spain, or Portugal? Richard?
Great Britain.
No, it's Portugal. It's Portugal. Hong Kong is, Great Britain's going to give up Hong Kong. All right, players, we'll go to a toss-up question. What is the capital of West Virginia? Is it Wheeling? Chris?
Charleston.
Charleston, yes. Named after King Charles. And Chris, well done. You got your first 100 points. Pick a category.
The arts.
In which language was the Divine Comedy written? Was it written in Latin? Yes, Richard.
French.
No, for the other 2 players. Latin, Italian, or French? Chris?
Italian.
It's Italian. Dante's masterpiece helped establish the Italian language, as a matter of fact. Up to 1,200. You're in the lead, Chris. Go ahead.
The arts.
Of which of the following can a mosaic be composed? Is it shades of black paint, pieces of stone or glass? Carol?
Pieces of stone and
Exactly
glass.
right, yes. Another 100 points to your score. Well done, Carol. Pick a category for us.
Sports.
Changing categories. Question is, what Ohio State University football coach was forced to retire in 1978? Richard?
Woody Hayes.
Woody Hayes, yes, won 238 games, passed away on March 12th of 1987. And Richard, you're up to 1,100. Go ahead.
Cities, please, Larry.
Which city, the 3rd largest in Texas, was founded in 1718 by Father... Chris?
San Antonio.
Yes, by Father Antonio Oliveras, the nation's 10th largest city. Well done. And with that, players, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with more of an exciting round of On the Spot right after this.
Think your cereal is nutritious? But then...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we return you to Channel 8's On the Spot and your host, Larry Blackmore.
Thank you, Michael Bailey. And during our break, our players had a chance to see the category board once again, just for a brief moment. And now we have a chance to meet them. And let's start with Chris Welch. She's from Salem, a teacher there. And Chris, you studied in France, I guess, while in college. Is that right?
Yes, I studied for a year in Grenoble, France, and I'm still teaching 1 French class. And 2 years ago, we started an AFS chapter as an outgrowth of our French class.
Well, that's terrific. Wonderful program it is, and we're glad to have you with us. Thanks for being here, and thanks for coming up from Salem. We appreciate that. Our next player is Richard Gray from Dallas, Assistant City Manager in the city of Dallas, Oregon, and you were a delegate to the 1984 Democratic Convention, right, Richard?
That's right, Larry. It was a real exciting time. I was a volunteer helping run the Gary Hart campaign in Oregon, so I got to go because of that. It was a great time.
That's terrific. Gary may be making a comeback here in the
That's
not-too-distant
the idea.
future. We'll see what happens. Richard, we're glad to have you with us. And our returning champion is Carol Austin of Portland, a letter carrier. Over $2,600 in cash and prizes, a camcorder you won on the last show, and you've just gotten your degree, I understand. Tell us, Carol.
Well, Larry, after being out of school for a number of years, I took a break from work, went back to school, and got my degree at Lewis and Clark College in Communications.
That's wonderful. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that, and we're glad to have you back as champion. Carol has 1,100 points, Richard 1,100, and Chris has 1,300. Chris, you had the last correct answer. Give us a category.
The arts.
Category is the arts. What English playwright has had successes with The Homecoming, The Caretaker, and The Collector? Is it Samuel Beckett, Harold Pinter, or Angus Wilson? No one wants to try that one. Harold Pinter is the author. All right, players, a toss-up question. Name the sequel to 2001, A Space Odyssey. Carol.
2010.
That's it, 2010. They could have called it The Search for 2001. Carol, pick a category for us.
Movies.
In A Clockwork Orange, who was Malcolm McDowell's favorite classical composer? Was it Bach, Beethoven, or Mozart? Chris?
Beethoven.
He was a fan of Beethoven. Well done, up to 1,400, Chris. Category?
Cities.
What city in Southeast Asia is an independent republic just 100 miles north? Richard?
Hong Kong.
No, for the other two players, just 100 miles north of the equator. Is it Hong Kong, Singapore, or Jakarta? It is Singapore, only 224 square miles. All right, players, another toss-up question. In the 1985 movie Back to the Future, what year does Michael J. Fox return to? Is it 1950, 55, or 59? Carol?
1955.
It is 55, yes. Brought back a lot of memories. Carol, up to 1,300, only 100 from the lead. Go ahead.
Movies.
Nick Nolte and Bette Midler may have gotten top billing in Down and Out in Beverly Hills, but name the canine star who stole the... Yes, Richard.
Mike the dog.
Mike the dog, who stole many of the scenes they were in. Some say he stole the show. Richard, pick a category for us.
Cities, please, Larry.
Category is cities. In what African country would you find the city of Nairobi? Would it be, Richard?
Kenya.
It's in Kenya. Exactly right. All of our players now within 200 points. Richard, it's your turn.
Villains.
In what war did Mata Hari operate her spy network? Yes, Carol.
World War I.
That's it, World War I. Her real name, Margaretha Zell. World War I, and Carol tied for the lead. Go ahead.
Villains.
What was the alias of the 1960s murderer Albert H. DeSalvo? Was it the Boston Strangler, the Son of Sam, or Dr. Jekyll? Carol.
Boston Strangler.
He was known as the Boston Strangler, yes. A real villain, and less than a minute to play in this round. Carol, you're on the spot.
Villains.
What author told of the villainous murders of the real-life Clutter family in their Kansas farmhouse? Was it Gore Vidal?
Truman Capote.
Truman Capote, yes. The book, of course, was In Cold Blood, and the murderers were Hickok and Smith. And Chris, up to 1,500, tied for the lead. Go ahead.
Sports.
Which professional golfer who won more than $500,000 in 1986 can be identified by the knickers that he wears? Is it Payne Stewart, Greg Norman, or Jimmy Demerit? You'd probably recognize him instantly on TV. Payne Stewart is his name. And with that sound, players, we're going to end round one, a very close game. We'll be back with round two of On the Spot right after this. Welcome back to On the Spot, and after the end of our first round, we've got a close tie and a very close game. Chris has 1,500 points, Richard 1,200, our returning champion Carol with 1,500. Players, all of you are very close, and in the second round, all the points double. 200 points for each correct answer, and it's anybody's game. The one who's ahead at the end of this round is going to win a terrific prize. In fact, it's a getaway to the Oregon coast. Michael Bailey, let's hear about it.
Yes, tonight's prize is going to be oceans of fun. Tonight's winner will be pampered with a trip for two to the Oregon coast, courtesy of Best Western Surf Sand Resort. This romantic getaway includes a chauffeured limousine ride with champagne from Portland to the coast, a two-night stay at the Surf Sand Resort, and dinner for two at the Wayfarer restaurant. It's a picture-perfect weekend, and it's all courtesy of Best Western Surf Sand Resort. And now, round two.
Thank you, Michael Bailey. And one of you will win that terrific prize. Be chauffeured to the Oregon coast. Not a bad weekend. All right, players, we are going to start round two by showing you the category board for the last time in the game. Same 6 categories we used in round one. We have replaced the number of questions. Again, there are 3 in each category. There is also a spotlight question in game 2, or in round 2, that is, in which one of you will be able to wager up to 500 points if you happen to pick that particular question. Now, the folks at home can see exactly where that's located on the category board. You will know it just as soon as you pick it. And now, players, we turn the board away from you. Reminder, in round 2, you have one opportunity to pass your turn. And that may become very important as we get close to the end of the round, and especially as close as this game is. All right, players, we start round 2 with a toss-up question. Hands on the buzzers. Which feminist founded Ms. Magazine? Yes, it's Richard.
Gloria Steinem.
Yes, first published in 1972. Steinem was the person, and that brings you up to 1,400 points. Go ahead, Richard.
Cities, please.
Name the city in which Shakespeare was born and eventually died. Chris.
Stratford-on-Avon.
That's it, Stratford-on-Avon. Hence the name, the Bard of Avon. And Chris, you're in the lead now. Pick a category.
The arts.
In what artistic field have Alexander Calder, Henry Moore, and Donatello excelled? Was it sculpture, painting, or music? Donatello was one of the greatest sculptors of the early Renaissance. It was sculpture. All right, players. Toss-up question. What artist produced the albums Greetings from Asbury Park and Born in the USA? Richard.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, known as the Boss. He's the right one. Up to 1,600, only 100 from the lead. Richard?
Cities, please.
That is the spotlight question tonight. In a close game like this, it can be very important. Richard, let me recap the scores. Carol, 1,500. Richard, 1,600. Chris has 1,700. You may wager up to 500 points.
400, please.
Going for 400. All right. Category is cities. This is your question alone. You don't have to ring in. For which of the following is Pacific City, Oregon best known? Is it the sand dunes, the hang gliding, or the dory fleet?
The Dories.
You have 400 more points. Absolutely right. Rick Lundquist of Forest Grove, Oregon. We're going to send you a nice prize for sending that in. And Richard, you're up to 2,000. Category 4.
Cities, please.
Name the capital of Kansas. Is it Kansas City? Chris?
Topeka.
It's Topeka, yes. Good timing on your part. Brings you up within 100 of the lead. Chris, go ahead.
Sports.
Who won the recent 1987 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship? Was it Chris?
Indiana University.
That's right, the Hoosiers. They beat Syracuse by 1 point, 74-73. And now you are in the lead by 100. Chris, go ahead.
Sports.
Which Oregon university has sports teams called the Pilots? Is it Carol?
University of Portland.
That's it, University of Portland. Jacobina was their longtime basketball coach, and you're up to 1,700. Carol?
News.
Category is news. What letter indicated the baby in the recent New Jersey surrogate mother case? Chris?
Baby M.
That's right, baby M. The girl's father was awarded custody, but it's going to the state Supreme Court. Chris, pick a category for us.
Sports.
Which of North America's major baseball leagues has the most teams? Is it the American League, the National League, or are they both the same? Chris?
They're both the same.
No, challenge. American League has 14 teams. The National League has 12. All right, players, toss-up question. Dermatitis affects which organ of the body? Richard?
The skin.
That's right, the largest organ of the body as well. It is the skin. You're in the lead, that is, by 100 points. Richard?
News, please.
What new AIDS drug was approved by the FDA? Richard?
HTLV.
No, for the other two players. For use on patients in 1987. Is it interferon, AZT, or DNA? Chris?
AZT.
That's it, AZT. Cost is estimated to be about $10,000 a year per patient. Chris, pick a category.
The arts.
Which painting by Leonardo da Vinci was recently analyzed by computer and said, Richard?
The Mona Lisa.
Yes, and said to be a portrait of the artist as a woman. Interesting concept. Richard, you're up to 2,200.
Movies, please.
Name the movie about the proposed closure of a boys' military academy starring Timothy Hutton and George C. Scott. Was it? Yes,
Taps.
Carol? It was called Taps, yes. Very close game brings you up to 1,900, Carol. Category.
Villains.
Who held the dubious title of the father of organized crime in Chicago in the 1920s and 30s? Was it Legs Diamond, Lou Norton, or Al Capone? Richard?
Al Capone.
Al Capone was the person, yes. Notorious as Scarface, and that brings you in the lead by 100. Richard, category.
Movies, please.
Thank God It's Friday featured the events of one night at a disco in what swinging city? Was it New York, Los Angeles, or San Francisco? It was Los Angeles. Featured Donna Summers in the starring role, and players toss-up question. Which of the following is the Binet test used to measure? Is it hearing, Carol?
Intelligence.
It's intelligence, yes. Stanford Binet is an IQ test, and up to 2,100. Carol, you're on the spot.
Villains.
Name the villainous captain who Fletcher Christian mutinied against. Was it Captain Cook, Captain Roberts? Carol?
Bligh.
Captain Bligh, absolutely right. All of our players within 100 points of each other. Carol, category for us.
News.
Because of several poisonings in the 1980s, what type of Tylenol was discontinued? Carol?
Extra strength Tylenol. Capsules.
No, we must accept your first answer. You said extra strength Tylenol, and we were looking for capsules, so we will throw that question out, and players will move on with a toss-up question. NBC's Stingray, a crime fighter in dark glasses, is named after which of the following? Richard?
After his Corvette Stingray.
That's right, a car. Exactly right, starring Nick Mancuso. And up to 2,600. Richard, you're on the spot. Category for us.
Movies.
In the film Witness, who plays the Philadelphia cop assigned to the Amish? Yes, Chris.
Robbie,
Too much time. Richard.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford is the policeman assigned to guard the Amish widow and her son. And Richard, up to 2,800. Pick a category for us.
Villains.
1 minute left to play in the game. Babyface Nelson was a member of whose gang of machine gun bank robbers?
Machine Gun Kelly.
No, Richard.
Bonnie and Clyde.
No, it was John Dillinger. John Dillinger. Nelson became public enemy number 1 after Dillinger died. And players will go on to a toss-up question. Name the palace in which the Pope lives. Carol.
The Vatican.
The Vatican. Absolutely right. Guarded there by the Swiss guards. That sound indicates the end of the round. Chris, 1,900. Carol, 2,300. Richard with 2,600 points. You are tonight's champion. Congratulations. Well played. You have that getaway to the Oregon coast. That is yours to keep. And we have some great prizes for all our players. Michael Bailey, let's hear about them.
From the Flower King at River Place Marina, each of our runners-up receives $100 towards the most unique silk and fresh flower arrangements in town for giving with style. It's the Flower King. And from the Bookport at the Marina, each of tonight's contestants receives $100 worth of their choice of books. For a great selection of books, it's the Bookport at the River Place Marina. And our contestants can keep their favorite spot dry with their very own umbrella, courtesy of Shed Rain and On the Spot.
And we'll be back in just a moment to play the flash round with tonight's champion, Richard Gray. Stay with us. On the Spot coming up in just a moment. But first, let's check in with Jack and Elaine, see what's coming up at 7:30.
Hi, Larry. Well, we're trying to have an extended spring break tonight on PM Magazine. We're visiting the University of Portland campus.
And one of our stories this evening is about Joe Gold. Now, Joe Gold has Gold's Gym, universally renowned weightlifting and bodybuilding area. He is the superstar that has helped people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Hulk, and others. Story about Joe, his gym, and them tonight, 7:30 here on PM Magazine.
If you'd like to be a contestant for On the Spot, just give us a call at 220-1501.
And we're back with tonight's champion, Richard Gray of Dallas. And Richard, you have that getaway to the Oregon coast. That's fantastic. Now we're going to play for some big cash and some big prizes. We're going to play the flash round. Can win you up to $1,000 in cash. If that is if you get 10 questions right. And one of the 2 grand prizes on the wheel. Tonight we've got a giant screen TV set and a trip to New York. Michael Bailey, let's hear about them.
Certainly, Larry. From Silo, you could be watching your favorite game show on this color video projection system made by Panasonic. This state-of-the-art system is 155-channel cable ready with remote control for TV, VCR, and a sleep timer. Relaxing is easy. The ultimate in stereo sound is made possible with a separate audio program and stereo capabilities. All of this from Silo with a huge selection of video products all under one roof. Or you and a friend could be flying Trans World Airlines from the Rose City to New York City. It's the Big Apple, one of the most exciting places in the world. From the majestic skyline to the lights of Broadway, you'll see and feel the energy of this vibrant city. For exciting vacations anywhere across the country, fly TWA and find out how good they really are. And right now, the flash round.
Thank you, Michael Bailey, and we're going to find out how good Richard is right now. We're going to have him spin both wheels. The inside of the wheel will tell us how much you get for each right answer. If you get all 10 right in 60 seconds, whatever comes up on that outer wheel is yours. Richard, give them a spin. Good luck. Will it stop? Giant TV and $75. All right. I'd say pretty good spin. $75 for each correct answer. If you get all 10 right in 60 seconds, that giant screen TV set's going to be yours. All right, Richard. These are not multiple choice. You must give me an answer, but you can pass as many times you want, and you can guess as many times you want. You can pass. We'll come back around if there's time. Are you all set?
Yeah.
Here's your first question. What nationality is retired tennis star Bjorn Borg?
Swedish.
Correct. Who directed the film Rear Window?
Hitchcock.
Yes. What shaving company used to display sequential roadside signs?
Burma Shave.
Yes. Which is the only constitutional amendment ever to be repealed?
The 18th.
Yes.
Prohibition.
That's it. What color is the Hope Diamond?
Blue.
Correct. How long is a drag racing strip?
Quarter mile.
Yes. Eleanor Donahue, Billy Gray, and Lauren Chapin starred in what TV series?
Pass.
To whom did Jimmy Durante bid goodnight at the end of his TV show?
Mrs. Calabash.
Right. What company's logo featured a dog listening to a phonograph?
RCA.
Yes, that's good enough. What color was the bat phone?
Black.
No.
Red.
Yes, going back, we'll have one left. Eleanor Donahue, Billy Gray, and Lauren Chapin starred in what TV series?
Another World.
No. Eleanor Donahue, Billy Gray, and Lauren Chapin starred in what TV series?
My Favorite Martian. That was a great try.
Father knows best. Father knows best. Those were the kids. Betty, what was his name? I don't remember. But anyway,
Doesn't matter.
Kathy, Bud, and Betty. That was who it was. Richard, you did very well, though. You got 9 out of 10 of them right. 675 in cash.
Wonderful.
You gave it a good try. Your first time on the spot, $1,075 in cash and prizes. You did very well. Not bad for a half hour's work. And you're going to be back on the next On the Spot and face 2 new players. We hope you'll join us then as well. Until then, good night, everyone.
If you'd like to be part of our studio audience, just call 220-1505 for more information and to make free reservations. Travel accommodations for some of the prizes for On the Spot are provided by Trans World Airlines. From the Rose City to New York City and the Bahamas, it's TWA. Find out how good they really are. And courtesy of the Travel Bug and Qantas Airlines, our top contenders this season will be vying for a holiday down under to exciting Australia. Our winner will bask in the sun, explore the Great Barrier Reef, and just relax in good company. No worries, mate. The Travel Bug takes care of all of your traveling needs.
Pack your swimsuits and surfboards to go on location with Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello for their new film, Back to the Beach. Share in the excitement with Entertainment Tonight as Frankie and Annette discuss their future career plans. Next on Channel 8.